Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Hilti, the Liechtensteinian beauties that they is, got me with just the tip routine. Now I'm stuck with a Kingdom Random tramp stamp and 5 kids of dubious provenance. Hey, one eye's looking at you, one eye's looking for you. Fetal alcohol syndrome is no laughing matter. Don't I know it, partner? Don't I know it? What we have here is a snub nose driver. It's a drill. It's, well, a drill driver, but it's snub nose, 12 volt. The whole reason I bought these on new tool day, Avi. Beyond that though, 12 volts, very lightweight, good for backpacking, prospecting and so forth. These will come in handy. I got a little thing down my pants. Sorry, yeah, I lost my stream of consciousness there. Must be all the smoke. She's pretty smoky here. So this thing, I mean, a beautiful, let's take the battery out before we get to it. So snub nose, real lightweight, as I said. Beautiful molding. It's a Hilti, but the price was right. Oh, the boss.
Je t'aime coucou.
Oh, je t'aime coucou aussi. Squeezy hug.
Was that from my game?
No, that's Papa's.
Oh.
Oh, I do have your drill. You want your drill back?
Drill?
Where's your drill? Excellent. Well done. See, Papa's got this one now, so you can have this one back. Yeah, 350 Kanakistan kopecks. You know, the taxman needs his share of the rake as well. So say 400 and change. That's 275 US for this, another one, a couple of batteries. It's, you know, pretty tough to turn that down at that price. I mean, you look at this, that thing's $600 for a professional tool. That's just that. Oh, you better believe it's coming. The fit and finish of them just second to none. Look at it closes right up. Not even, you know, you don't even see the cabinet maker's gap at all. That's a nice tool there. Of course, mark of the beast here, China export, ETL. So that means that, yeah, that beautiful Thai lady that you thought didn't have an Adam's apple. I had a shave, baby. Oh, and this has got a neat, oh, that's interesting. This whole thing comes out. Okay. So 3 parts. I might need to take this off of here first. Yeah, let's take that off of there. Little Jesus clip there. I assume we'll take that off, pop this, pop that. And Bob's your auntie. Let's pull that off. See if that comes off. Huh. I don't know. There we go. Oh, it's just super fucking tight, man. Right, we're in like sin, and as we'd expect, right off the hop, beautiful machining here on the mold. TP, so PA6, that's nylon, glass fiber reinforced, 30% TPE, thermoplastic elastomer. So this will be meltable. It's not a thermo setting, it's a thermoplastic, so you could remelt that. That's easier for manufacture. No, horror of horrors. A little apprentice mark. Some apprentice went at that with a dull beaver in order to get that to stay in the mold a little better. So, failed on that one, Hilti, but nothing too crusty otherwise. Look at the detail. I mean, look at the detail on that. Incredible mold making. And as you say, put that back together and it fits like it was born that way. Now, look to the inwards. Chrome plated battery clips, or nickel plated, battery clips. Bunch of small little wires for, the LEDs, 2 LEDs. And there we go. making sure that everybody's been vaccinated and susceptible to chemtrails. This, they put it in there pretty tough. They don't want you getting out of their matrix, taking the red pill, and so forth. There we go. Gone. These are actually inventory control for the store. Those little posts as you walk past. There's this magnetostrictive sensor. So once you hit these with a heavy enough magnet, they're destroyed, and they don't set off the applied science. Ben did a thing. I'll put it in the doobly-doo. It was quite interesting on how that technology works. So here we have a default switch, which is a French name for a Chinese outfit. Looks like all the speed control and MOSFETs are all built in because there's this big heat sink here. So this would just be pulse width modulated. And speed control, here we have an inductive diode snubber. Here's a nice touch you really don't see on other tools, but you see on the Hilti. That's for noise suppression. So what happens is this is actually commutating. It's switching polarities as it wipes along the brushes. That creates, you have current going one direction, and then you want it to go the other direction. That creates a voltage spike, high frequency voltage spike. So these big long leads end up being antenna for noise. So what they do is they put in a magnetic cord material. This is ferrite, a ceramic iron thing, the ferrite magnets. And what that does is reduces that inductive noise, that kick from the commutation. So a nice little detail that you don't see all the time. The other thing you could do is, if you were worried about that, is add some capacitors right onto the back. Little stumble at the start gate there, easy for me to say. And ubiquitous, a Mabuchi DC, permanent magnet DC brushed motor. Just oil-like bronze bushings, no bearings at all on the back side, on the front side. That's just that kind of clip in. You'd like to see proper fasteners into you can't get away from it. So glass fiber reinforced 6.6, so high temperature, and it's actually 33%. A little, 11 herbs and spices, a little extra kick in there, and no fastener at all. That just clips in. There we go. Powdered metal gears, and a neat little detent on the back of the selector switch here. That just goes up against inside the housing and provides a little bit of a extra clicktivity. And in order to change the gears, of course, we add or reduce a reduction by moving up or down the ring gear on that. Here we go. And there's the clutch mechanism. Let's have a closer look at that. So here we're in full drill, and when we want to reduce the amount of torque this will output, we just extend those springs out a little bit more. And here we go. Here's spring and sprungen in your eye. That is the clutch. Now how in the hell does that work? So not much to this, just a constant rate coil springs in glass fiber 6.6, polyamide 6.6, and then it bears on this bearing surface, bears against these detent balls. So what must be happening is the more pressure you put on this, the more pressure it puts on here. It makes it harder for these to come up and over the cam to take this out of gear. So this ring gear engages and disengages as it moves back and forth. So it goes into neutral if this pushes down too hard as it's turning over. I don't want to take it apart, but I know you want me to. Fuck. Okay, well, whatever. We're going in. Oh, this is fucking cute. I was trying to figure out why they would have a Sprague clutch in here. So this turns, see these pins? These locate the rollers, and this turns so long as they're kept in the right orientation. But as soon as they get off kilter, it jams up, it fetches right up. Why would you want that? Because if you're tweaking on something, you're putting a screw in and you need a little extra, you let off the trigger and you do it by hand. This locks it right up. So there is a lock mechanism in there. And here's the back side of those. Those are probably 2 little ball bearings in there. Yeah. 2, oh, just one. Just one, or I lost one? Oh, just one. Just one bearing in there. And what's happening is, as we see here, there's a ramp. When the clutch engages, the thing goes up and over the ramp and disengages. How the fuck does that work? Ho ho! We've been leading up to this moment, partners. I think I finally got the clutch mechanism, what works for this. Okay, so we see this mechanism with the ramp on the obverse here all the time with the detent balls and the counter springs and so forth to preload this. Here's what I think is happening. This is my best guess anyway. So the pinion is turning in here. That means that the carrier turns, and the carrier, that's down here, the carrier is affixed to this guy. That's what's turning the bit. Now, when you torque out, what's happening is instead of turning the carrier, the ring is getting turned against those cams. That's that grr, grr. So now, when you're turning the pinion and the ring is turning as well, nothing happens. The output doesn't turn. You see, if we hold this, let me see if I can show you here. So here we go. We're turning the input pinion. And that is turning the carrier, and the carrier is turning the output. The carrier is the output. Okay, so ring, planet, sun in here, that's the sun, and the carrier, the planet carrier. This is connected to the planet carrier. So when we're turning the input sun, it's turning the carrier. Okay, now if we stop up the carrier, because we've over-torqued, now what happens? We turn the ring, but the ring is retained by those ramps and the balls on them. So in order to get the ring to turn, we need to overcome the torque required to lift it up over those ramps. So that is how the clutch works. When it slips, it's actually going from a fixed ring to a movable ring. And the torque required to do that, of course, is how much tension that we put on these springs. Fucking brilliant. How do you know it's good? Because it says mine? No, because you pay 10 times as much for it. Luckily, mine's free. No pun intended. From the Getting Spot. Don't tell my old lady about the molly disulfide. Also, don't tell my old lady I said old lady. She is neither old nor a lady. Oh! What the fuck over? Are you fucking serious? Something's gonna be done about this. Excuse me. There. A lot of people disparage a proper fish shaking. Get off my lawn and so forth, but when backed up with the proper threats, it works a treat. Now we'll have a look at the most important part. The bateria. I don't know how that comes up. Oh, it doesn't come apart. Oh, there's a screw in there, but weird. Oh, anyway, it's out now. Nicely overmolded, so well protected, very stiff enclosure. Yeah, we see the Samsung cells, the new light green packaging. There's over temp protection. So everything, all the protection is in the battery itself. There's nothing in the tool as we saw, it's just the trigger switch. So all that stuff, 3 cells in the battery. Here's the board, fully charged it. Tiny surface mount devices we see here. Yeah, it's not even 1206. They're like tiny SD devices, microcontroller, and a little LM something from Texas Instruments, some sort of operational amplifier, and a bunch of passives. Conformally coated rather. And here's an over temp thermostatic fuse in there. So if ever your cells don't work, I wonder how that would. If your cells don't work, check that fuse. Well, check the voltage out of it. If it's 10 volts, and go ahead and check that fuse. Might be something going on with that. Nice cells, very high end, and good mechanical protection in there. Okay, now the sea trial is the important part. See if we messed out. If she does a half a turn, farts, and lets the smoke out, or all 2 gears. Right on. Now this is old. I'm a bit of a contrarian. I like the old school with not too much electronics. Of course, this is a brushed motor, so not brushless. But as I said, bit of a contrarian. Rather pull than push, Dutch hose style. Now the fun part. Docking. Do not gargle it. I'm only gay for pay. The guy's got to eat. Don't look it up and don't judge me. A handsome young YouTube debutante's got to feed his proclivity for tool teardowns somehow. I did what had to be done. Okay, well, that's not on there proper. Son of a diddly. Yeah. Oh, that was harder than it looked. Do yourself a favor, if you take this apart, go ahead and witness mark all the components so that you get the timing just so, because it only goes one way. Well, that's the problem. It goes a number of ways, but only one way is the right way. And here we go. Ooh, torquey. That's not good. Ugh. Oh, we're in. Haha! That's why. Fuck! I got a feeling this is going to end in a trip to the emergency room. Ah! Oh, torqued out. Oh! Milwaukee letting the smoke out. Milwaukee, the heady defeat, the heady scent of defeat, losing its Lucas oil smoke there. Prince of Darkness. I don't know. She's stuck in there good. So both they're screwdrivers. Which one's better? Well, whichever one fits in your hand better. I like this is fancy. Look at this. Like if Louis Vuitton, you walk around with this. People know you're serious. This one, it after a bit of use, it sure looks chintzy. And I think this, where's this? Cracked right somewhere around here. Not nearly as nice, quite a bit stinkier. So there you have it, head to head. This is my new go-to for taking stuff apart. I like this, and nice and light, feels good in the hand. Other than that though, you know what? Prosumer tool, you're pretty much going to get what you pay for. Thanks for watching. Keep your dick in a vice.